buyers and sellers. It's time for another episode of the Cozy Quilt Cinema. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Beth. Every week we snuggle up on the couch and we watch a movie. Then we share that experience with you, the listener, tracing the emotional thread from our first watch to how it resonates with us today.
This week we are doing, we kind of had a little break in between. Last week we did our memorial for
Robin Michelle Reiner.
For Robin Michelle Reiner. I wanted to say Ivan Reitman because I read that just a few minutes ago, so my brain is... And so we did The Princess Bride, and you guys seem to have really, really enjoyed that, and thank you so much. We do appreciate that. And this was our regularly scheduled episode, Trading Places with the... Well, sorry, it's not with. I'm going to get to that in a minute because I jump ahead. It is the 1983 John Landis film.
The IMDb states, a snobbish Wall Street commodities broker and a wily street hustler find their positions reversed as part of a bet by two callous millionaire brothers who run a brokerage house.
That sounds about right.
That sounds like anything that could happen ever.
I mean, true. So, if anybody is familiar with John Landis, I mean, have you been living on this planet, really, in the past few decades? Because the man has basically done everything. If you are familiar with the Thriller video, that's John Landis. He started with the Kentucky Fried Movie, National Lampoon's Animal House, Blues Brothers, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop. He loves Eddie Murphy.
Animal House.
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London.
Exactly. And so, John Landis did everything and then some. And for some reason, I keep wanting to say The Land Before Time, and I know that's not right. I don't know why.
I mean, you can include it, but if it's not true, it's
I don't
not
know if
help.
it's true or not because I haven't gone that far in his list of things because I kind of didn't think about it until now, but it keeps popping into my head.
You're gonna endanger his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, I mean, I doubt if he did A Land Before Time, but if he did, I'm gonna give him credit for Littlefoot.
Sure.
You've never seen it, have you?
No.
Oh, sad. So, this movie stars... Okay, so keep in mind, my list is really out of order because usually with IMDb's or anything online, it kind of tells you the cast in the order of popularity or whatever, blah, blah, blah. This one just put them in some rando order, I guess, as they appeared on the screen, which is ridiculous.
Oh, that happens sometimes. Yeah,
well, there were a lot of, like, I'm not going to say inconsequential because they're, obviously they were in the movie, but a lot of tertiary characters. But it starts out with Denholm Elliott, who plays Coleman.
Yes, he was in A Room with a View, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh, he was an asshole, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, wait.
He was...
Wait, who was he in Indiana Jones? Was he
He was the...
The bumbling guy, right?
No, he was the acquisitions guy. Yeah, he was Dr. Marcus Brody, who is the museum curator.
Okay. I remember, I can picture him now. I couldn't picture him before. We have Dan Aykroyd, who I love to pieces, and he played Lewis Winthorpe III.
Who was, and this is going to sound very obvious to a lot of people, but I'm going to throw in one that I think maybe people don't know. He was in Ghostbusters, The Blues Brothers, and Driving Miss Daisy.
Wasn't he? He was her son, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of people just don't know offhand.
I think, you know why? Because people don't always think about his more serious roles.
Well, and also he wasn't a primary.
No, he was not. Eddie Murphy, who played Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah, he was in Beverly Hills Cop, Coming to America, and just before this movie, he was in 48 Hours, which is kind of what kickstarted his movie career as far as like these like buddy cop things that he was doing, and it just spread from there.
Yes. And of course, to our millennials out there, he is also Donkey. Okay, so then we have Jamie Lee Curtis and her boobs. She plays Ophelia.
Yeah, she doesn't play her boobs, but her
No.
boobs play her.
Yes.
She was in Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
A Fish Called Wanda, and True Lies.
Yes. True Lies is the best. And she's going to
A
be...
Fish Called Wanda is pretty damn good.
Oh, yes. I still haven't seen that one.
And shout out to AMJ4 who brought it up in our replies.
Yes.
So we appreciate you listening and commenting on In and Out. Or, well, you were actually commenting on Kevin Kline, who is in A Fish Called Wanda.
Okay, well, I'm going to give my little quick shout out. It has nothing to do with any movies. I just want to say thank you to Mrs. Nesbitt. She knows who she is, and for listening in and rating and following us. And I'm really excited to have her as a listener. But back to the list, we have Don Amici, who played Mortimer Duke.
Who was in Cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone of that age was. Heaven Can Wait. And the story of Alexander Graham Bell.
Wow.
Which was only a year after Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. No, I'm joking.
I was going to say, are you shitting me? No way.
He's not that old.
No, okay. But this was his 49th film.
Sure.
And it was Ralph Bellamy, our next actor. It was his 100th film. And he played Randolph Duke.
Brag.
I know, Randy.
So he was in The Awful Truth, His Girl Friday, and Rosemary's Baby.
Yes, he was.
That is a frightening ass film right there.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet in my itinerary.
We haven't done it for a reason.
It's a scary movie. So yes, the funny thing about Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy is they had never heard of Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, but Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy had never heard of Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy. So it was funny going into it.
They run in different circles.
They did. And then we have, so some people I have on here just because, and other people I have on here because they meant something. So that was basically the big cast. We have Paul Gleason, who played Clarence Beeks. He's the guy in the movie. He's the one who's kind of like, does he exist? Does he not exist? Are they money laundering through a fake name? Turns out he's a guy that they use to sneak info. I don't know what else he did.
Oh, he was in a lot of things. I just don't have a list for every character actor in here.
I know. Some of them we're just going to have to fake, but there's a reason why I picked the people I did. Okay. The rest of these people had small parts, but there's a reason behind them. We have Jim Belushi. Man's got problems. He played Harvey, who is the guy dressed as a gorilla on the plane, on the train, not the plane.
Well, and this is a tie-in to the Blues Brothers because John Belushi, he died a year before this film released.
Yes.
Well, he died in 82. This released in 83.
So he died probably during filming.
Right. So this was Jim's role, which he had not a prominent role. He had a small part, but it was a speaking part.
Yes.
And it was good for him to get out there.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
he was the gorilla guy.
He really was. I did not write down the names of any of the girls other than Jamie Lee Curtis. So that's on me. You know what it is? The women in this movie, other than Jamie Lee Curtis, are kind of vanilla and they don't stand out. And I didn't know any of the actresses, so I kind of didn't do that. Bo Diddley had a tiny little part as the pawnbroker.
Right.
And you know Bo, then you know Bo. But if you don't know Bo, you don't know Diddley. Sorry.
I mean,
that
is a saying, and it is true. But we had Penelope, who was Kristen Holby. Mm-hmm. So that tells
sorry,
you...
Kristen, but you meant nothing to me.
Oh my God. She was a huge part of this entire film. Without her, nothing... No, I'm joking. I'm sure it would have been fine. But she actually was in Manhunter as well. So she's done a few films.
I mean, she probably has. She has one of those like 80s looks about her that makes her like look like all the other girls in the 80s at that time.
I mean, she was fairly distinctive, but I don't think she had an extensive list of like roles.
No.
I think she did a few and she may have dropped out at that point. A lot of people, they do a few films and then you never see them again.
two of the actors that had little bitty parts in this movie. Now, I did not mention Al Franken and Tom Davis. They played stupid parts, but those were supposed to be the roles that I mentioned in the clues that were supposed to go to Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, because they were going to do Bob and Doug McKenzie playing those parts as the porters on the train. But they couldn't do it, so they got Al Franken and Tom Davis, which I thought Dave Thomas, not Tom Davis. I think that's pretty funny.
I don't know why. I don't know why you think that's funny. You just switched the names around.
I know it's funny that's
okay.
Not haha funny, but like peculiar, odd funny.
Oh, because of the.
This is what I do with folks all the time. Okay, so one of the Duke's men, his name is Wilson. He's one of their on the floor stockbroker guys. He is played by Richard Hunt, and I kept saying, I know him from somewhere. Now, this is going to make no sense of how I know him, but he is actually a puppeteer.
Okay.
And he did, in the Muppet Show, he was Statler, he was Scooter, Janice, Beaker, and Sweetums.
So you recognized him from those roles?
No, I don't know how I probably recognized him from somewhere else. But once I saw the Muppet Show, I blanked out.
I'm trying to understand
No,
why.
I saw the Muppet Show and I saw his credits in the Muppet Show and I blanked out. But also sad is he died in 1992 during the AIDS epidemic.
AIDS epidemic?
During the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that word out. And my last but not least person that I have on my list is Frank Oz, which kind of goes back to Dave. And if you know Frank Oz, you know that he is known for, he played a corrupt cop. But so he kind of like, you don't notice him in the movie. He's there and he's not there. But he is famous for playing Miss Piggy, Fozzie, Animal, Sam Eagle. He's also known for being Cookie Monster, Bert, and Grover, Yoda. That's like his biggest claim to fame, guys.
So we have two different puppeteers.
Two different puppeteers on here, which I thought was kind of fun.
There seems to be some kind of organization working behind the scenes.
Yes, and it's funny because you mentioned...
Could be that there's a union of some... Were there puppets involved? Was the gorilla, because it's a puppet... Was it written in that they had to be in this film because they created a gorilla puppet for them?
I didn't even think about the gorilla.
I mean, it was a man in a gorilla suit,
I know.
But it was well done.
It was well done for 1983,
the time,
yeah.
But it was a puppeted costume.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I really should have looked that up.
I'm just saying that's pretty coincidental.
Because they both work for Henson.
It just seems like the Henson Mafia.
The Henson Mafia.
The Muppet Mafia. That sounds better.
That does
the
sound
Muppet
better.
Mafia.
Muppet Mafia.
That sounds like adorable.
Oh my god.
It's the most adorable mafia ever.
You got to be in the Muppet Mafia. You got to be covered in stickers type of tattoos, but they all have to be Muppets.
And I just imagine that their union rep is Animal.
No, it's the Swedish Chef.
That would be adorable too. Give them what they want. It's fine. They're adorable.
Bork, bork, bork.
Jim Henson is dead and gone. But his Muppets will live on.
So, how did you feel when you saw this movie the first time?
I actually know how I feel because I was very eager to see this film. Mm-hmm. This came out after 48 Hours. And my friend and I, my best friend at the time, we grew up together from kindergarten into high school. And I was 13 at the time. Mm-hmm. We were very excited to see this film because we had seen 48 Hours before that. And before that, we saw Delirious.
Okay.
Was it? Did we see Delirious? No, it wasn't Delirious. I think it was Raw that we saw before that. Delirious came out after this.
I don't remember the Eddie Murphy releases.
Well, Delirious is fairly well known because it's the one where he's wearing the red leather suit.
And Raw is when he's wearing the purple one.
Purple, yeah. And that's how you know. So anyway, we rode our bikes to the theater. It's another one of those riding your bikes to the theater.
Yeah.
And we saw it in July. So it was hot as shit, but we, made it there, and we were excited and happy because we got to see Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even care about Dan Aykroyd. Though we loved Dan Aykroyd, we were just excited to see Eddie Murphy at the time.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd was the second part of the Blues Brothers, which we saw all the time. We literally had a VHS that his mother and father ended up buying from Blockbuster because we kept wearing the tape out. Or was it Blockbuster? Might have just been a rental place, not an actual not like a big box store.
Yeah.
But we wore the tape out because we watched it over and over on a loop on a weekend, and it wore the tape out. It stopped playing in places.
That's funny.
So we were obsessed with the Blues Brothers, and we knew them both from SNL.
Yeah.
And so we were just really excited to see this film because it kind of buddied them up, and mainly we were there for Eddie Murphy. These were big stars at the time, and what I didn't get then that I get now is I missed a lot of nuance.
Oh, yeah.
I missed a lot of things when I was younger because you're just not looking for it.
Well, I think for me, I didn't realize, I don't think I ever saw it in cable. I don't think I've ever seen Trading Places where it wasn't cut, because there were scenes that I don't remember. And I don't remember there being that many titties. There were a lot of titties, okay? I mean,
For a 13-year-old, it was a lot of titty. I mean, that was the most titty my 13-year-old eyes had seen.
So I'm going to tell you the story about our oldest child.
And I watched Animal House.
I'm going to tell this story about our oldest child, and I'm only going to tell you the story because he is currently in the other room.
He's currently here
and
listening.
it's kind of a Eddie Murphy-ish
Not going to
story.
embarrass him or anything.
He won't care. He doesn't get embarrassed by much. Trust me, I've tried for years. So when he was little, we were watching Coming to America. We were going to watch it. We got the movie going. We thought he was asleep. I don't remember why we were letting him sleep in the living room, but we didn't make him go into his bedroom. So we were letting him sleep but we had him, the TV was up pretty high, and we had him under the TV, but we were he wouldn't have, I think he was 4.
Okay. Small enough to fit under a television.
Not under the television, but under, the TV's
yeah,
here.
I get it. The facing of the television.
Yeah.
You could see over him, in other words.
Yeah, but it was pretty high up. And so my ex was in the other room. I was in another room. We were trying to get our snacks and everything ready. And he turns the movie on. We'd seen it before, so it wasn't like we were missing out on anything. So the beginning scene in Coming to America when they're doing the dance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've seen this movie a couple of billion times.
All the titties, okay? We go back into the living room, and there is the baby, the 4-year-old, leaning on his side, looking up at the TV with hand on his head on his hand, looking up. He goes, "Those are nice boobies."
That's okay. It's good appreciation.
We were like, "You were asleep."
They never truly are.
No.
I mean, I grew up during the solid gold days.
Yeah,
so
but
there
solid
were
gold dancers, they didn't have titties out.
No, I'm saying during that time, there were a lot of titties and a lot of movies and not a lot of editing.
That's true. That is true.
And I grew up just fine. Not broken at all. I'll be okay. It'll be fine. So how did you feel?
I mean, it was funny. I always felt it was kind of like justice. I loved the ending. I loved how this movie comes to an end. And then back then, even when I was younger and I'm watching it, because let's see, in 83, not 93. In 83, I was 9. I wasn't watching this at 9 years old. But I must have seen it obviously later on. Don't remember how old I was when I did. But I just remember watching it and going, it's a satisfying ending to me.
Sure.
So I felt like it was I had justified feelings about it.
Well, overall, this movie is about It's about privilege.
Oh, it is.
I mean, it's capitalist, of course, but it's about privilege. And it can be many different kinds of privilege, and not all of them work with each other. So we have wealth privilege, which we find that Winthrop starts out with. But he also has white privilege.
Yes, he does.
Which is very prominent in this. Winthrop is orderly, insulated, he's smug, and he's smudge.
He's smudge.
There's the smudgeness.
Ah.
So he's very much unlikable.
He really is.
He's unlikable not just to the audience, but to the people who engage with him in the movie. No one really likes him. They have to feign respect, but they don't actually like him. And then we have Valentine, who's kind of, he's in a lot of ways the opposite. He does not have white privilege. He is a black man, no white privilege. He has no wealth privilege because he is poor. He is a grifter. He is a huckster, whatever you want to call him. He is there to try to get money by begging for it, by trying to elicit an emotional response. He's playing like he has no legs because of Vietnam, and he is blind as well.
Yes. So, rewatching this, there are a lot of problems. And the first being that there is immediately the racism.
Oh, yeah.
That's an immediate.
Quite evident.
There is the classism.
Now, to be fair, the racism is there as part of the satire to push the social connection there. It's part of the social satire of these white men who have their privilege. They're the ones dictating the things, but he turns it around on them. So, yeah, it's there for a reason at least, even though it's very uncomfortable and I don't like it.
I don't like it. They use a lot of very unsavory words, which will not be repeated. There's sexism. The way Eddie Murphy is with the girl when he first goes into the park.
Oh yeah.
And he's pulling on her coat and and then he calls her a bitch. I mean, there's like casual,
very casual misogyny. Yeah.
Very casual misogyny. There's obviously the ableism when it comes to him pretending to be disabled in order to panhandle, which is shitty. And he's not just trying to beg for money. He's trying to beg for money by pretending he has disabilities that he does not have. He pretends to be blind to get away from the cops, and that doesn't really work very long for him. Yes, it is funny when they pick him up and he's like, I can see, and my legs, they grew back. Yes, it is funny, but it's also
ableist as
very
hell.
Ableist.
I think that a lot of this is trying to show that he's cavalier and quick thinking.
Yes.
But it really doesn't translate well. And when you're a kid in the 80s, it makes a little bit less impact in that sense.
Yes.
So yeah, it comes off as him being really cool and like quick,
But there's also a huge amount of homophobia.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The F word is used.
The F word is used several times.
Lot.
And unfortunately, mostly by Eddie Murphy's character, Valentine. Not happy about that.
I didn't remember any of that, but
I didn't either. But I was a kid.
Yeah, again, and it was a different time. Not to justify it. It was just we were younger and didn't understand that those were bad things to say.
Yeah, because honestly, I haven't seen this since.
No, I haven't seen this since I was a teenager.
Yeah, I was a kid, so I was 13. That's the one time I saw it.
Oh, see, I've seen it a few times, but you saw it more than that, because you said you knew.
It's been on, but I haven't sat down and watched it. It's always it's like Hook. You watch Hook the first time, believe me, every time after that, you've seen the film. You don't need to.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always been on, and you'll catch parts, but I never caught those parts that were glaringly, like him saying the F word. Like, that just hits you. It's a gut punch.
Multiple times because he keeps saying it.
But it's not just that. I'm sure for people who are disabled, it is a gut punch every time he uses that. Whether his character uses it. I mean, these people are repeating lines. This is not their philosophy in life. This is how their character is written for them or how they see their character.
Yeah.
This is not any one actor's actual philosophy.
No. We're not saying it's Eddie Murphy. We're definitely saying it is Billy Ray Valentine. But speaking of F words and actors, Don Amici was a very Christian man, and he has to yell "fuck," and he had a really hard time with that scene, making him to do that. So that was the one and only take that you see in the movie is him yelling that because he refused to do it again.
Because my grandmother was very Christian and she yelled "fuck" at me all the time. So I think Christians, she probably could have taught him how to say it.
My grandmother was not really
very great feeling.
I don't think I ever known my grandmother to go to church for any reason other than weddings and funerals, and she did not use the F word at all. So, and my mom did not either, but yet I use it like it's air.
My grandmother was old school evangelical. She gave money to get the pieces of the cross, tears of their Messiah.
Did she have the mustard seed?
The mustard seed, yes. She had all the little pieces, and I think if you put them together, it makes Voltron. So, I don't understand it myself. I never saw a need for it. I don't have anything against Christians. I don't have that.
No, my
need in my
ex
life.
mother-in-law was like that though. She had all those little trinkety things.
So it always seemed weird to me, but teach.
But she cursed like a truck driver?
No, she didn't curse like a truck driver. She cursed like a person who knew how to say fuck. Quite a bit. I don't think she used any other curse word. I think that was like the one she knew, and like the one she knew had impact, and she used it to
it's
great
so funny
effect.
because my mom doesn't like to say fuck, but she will call somebody a dick before you even think twice.
I just think that was I think she got like a really good response one time.
And that was her go-to.
Probably from my grandfather, and she's like, "This is the thing to use."
This is the word. That's the
and
word.
I say my grandmother, but she's actually my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really make those distinctions because she was like in-house.
Yeah.
So, we didn't calling her great seemed to distance her. So we just called her, our mama, actually.
Yeah, well.
We had mama, we had mama, we had, a couple of people.
And we called mine Sugar, so I mean.
Yeah. Nana.
Nana, my Nana. Okay, so there were a lot of really I don't know, and again I remembered this being a movie that took place in New York, but I was very wrong. It takes place in Philly.
Well, because part of it does take place in New York.
Just the end,
Yeah.
and just the stock market.
But that's
part.
the part I remember the most. That and her boobs.
And her boobs. Yeah.
I can't
They
forget
are really nice
Jamie Lee
boobs.
Curtis's boobs. They're just right there. They're
and so it depends
so
on
present.
It depends on which interview and where she is in life, but sometimes she says it was empowering. Another time she says she hated that scene immensely.
I just want Jamie Lee Curtis to know that this trans woman who was a trans girl loved her so much.
She's amazing.
And just her boobs were so perfect. They were and I'm not talking about not in a sexual way.
No.
As a girl who dreamed
pleasing.
of having the same body type or the same carefree. She was okay. So
Ophelia is a great character.
Oh, let's talk about Ophelia real quick. I know I'm jumping the gun, but
no,
she is the kindest. You can feel the warmth in her character, and I don't know if that was just Jamie Lee Curtis, who is naturally a warm person, or it was her character, and she's just really good at pulling that out of herself. But she was so kind,
even to the John.
The movements that she did, the way she would touch Dan Aykroyd's face, the things she would do, all just exuded warmth and caring, and
somebody being very comfortable in their skin.
And this was in juxtaposition to the stereotyped sex worker. In this case, they call it a prostitute or a whore in this film.
Yes.
So I'm going to earn our explicit rating. But she
like
was...
I haven't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we said fuck enough times now. So she, she's chewing the gum, which is, I guess, a thing in the 80s for chewing gum and being a prostitute.
Well, I don't know.
I guess you get bored.
I don't think they go hand in hand, but
For some reason, it kind of does, though. And
I don't know.
It's the dress and everything else, which looks great on her, but I could never pull it off.
Not many people could. I mean, that body is very limited on most human beings.
But I think that she really, I felt so much at that time about, I really wanted to be her in so many ways. This kind and caring person. The sex working part of it, it didn't even register with me. I knew that she was supposed to be a prostitute, but all I saw was a kind person.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that we could probably just do that with everyone in our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Sex workers are people.
Yes.
They can be kind and caring people. They can be all kinds of people because they're just people.
Just people trying to make a living.
Yeah. And
trying to
there's
survive.
nothing wrong with being a sex worker.
Nope.
I hope that you're safe and that you're happy. And that is all that matters. But what I'm saying is she made this trans girl into a trans woman. She is the one who gave me the daydreams that I subsisted on for years of being this person. Now, I am neither as kind or as caring as her character.
No, but it's still nice to have that aspiration to be that person.
Sure.
And honestly, Jamie Lee Curtis is quite amazing herself. She
just
is
the confidence.
So active in the Free Mom Hugs movement. She is such an ally. I mean, and she's gonna be in, oh my god, I'm so excited about this. So one of my favorite writers is Patricia Cornwell and her Dr. Kay Scarpetta series, and they are doing a series with oh my god, I blanked on her name. Nicole Kidman as, I think, Kay Scarpetta, and Jamie Lee Curtis is going to play her sister.
Okay.
Kind
That'll
of
be
excited
interesting
about that because I love Dr. Kay Scarpetta, and I love that they're using more.
Well, we've got our books.
We do. I love how they're using, I don't want to say older women, but contemporary aged women,
right?
And not, Dr. Scarpetta. You have to have somebody who's had experience because she herself.
Yeah, this isn't a 25-year-old who has
just rolled out of college,
an unearthly amount of knowledge for a college student.
Exactly. Yeah. She's been there, done that. She's been to Quantico. If you read the books, you know that this woman has a very strong background. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. And
so this movie,
yeah, sorry, I got it. It's the
yeah, because we're gonna
it's the Jamie Lee Curtis
because,
of it all.
Yeah, Coleman though too. So Coleman the butler, he is quiet, he is ever present,
and he is so kind to Valentine.
Well, he's loyal, but he's not blindly loyal because otherwise he would have followed all the directives that the brothers gave him for screwing over these people, and he didn't do it. He joined with them.
Yes.
So he joined with Valentine and with Winthrop and Ophelia in order to pull off this scheme, which was basically comeuppance. But yeah, I mean, Coleman is a good guy. He's a servant.
Yes.
He's paid to be a servant, and I'm sure it rankles him to have to deal with these brothers who treat everyone like they are monetary objects.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the Dukes, what kicks this all off is they bet. Mm-hmm. They bet that they can change the lives or the identities of both these people, Valentine and Winthrop.
And they're going for that nurture versus nature situation.
Sure, but they're doing it for $1. They're going to destroy Winthrop's life and Valentine's life too, because they're not planning on hiring him and keeping him.
Nope.
Because they don't want what they say the other term for, a black man as the head of their company.
Yes. And what it turns out is that Valentine's quite knowledgeable. And that's what always amazes me.
Oh, no, he does really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes from being this kind of like a buffoon on the streets to being quite knowledgeable. How
Well,
he
he's
knows about
he's
Russian...
streetwise.
He is, but how does he know about the Russian wheat market? I don't know. But
I think it's implied that he looked into it because he's not dumb.
No, he's
and
not
they just
dumb. That's
assumed
true.
he was.
So what I think is funny is in that restaurant scene, when he said, they're like, so what do you think about this? And he says, well, what I think, and everybody stops and leans in and listens. So back in the 80s, there were these commercials and there were these ads for E.F. Hutton, which is a financial service. And E.F. Hutton was, the slogan was, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
Right.
So that was like a whole nod to that. And I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was a nice little
Because like as a
nod to
kid, I
the-
recognized that, but as, people young people watching it now, they're not going to get that reference.
Sure, and I think they just thought that would be ever present, but it's not. People
Yeah.
don't really know it anymore. So, the staircase. I want to mention the staircase. So you'll see the staircase at the very first of the film, and you'll see it a couple of times during the film. Winthorpe's place.
Mm-hmm.
It is a elaborate staircase going up to the second floor because that's how stairs work.
Mm-hmm.
And along the way, there are several wooden statues holding lights. They're lamp posts,
Like every
essentially.
platform.
Right. And it just looks precarious. It looks dangerous. If you ever are on that staircase, which I'm not sure if it's a real thing or not, it seemed real, just be careful. Don't, at night, it's going to freak you the fuck out. There's just no way you're not going to, like,
I was thinking
these are
that too.
figures, these are people.
They
like
are
women,
life-size.
Life-size women carved in wood.
You see shadows from those things and you're going to shit yourself.
Right. It's really going to be scary for you, or at least an episode of Ghost Hunters.
Or you keep the lights on at all times. At all times.
You could probably afford that.
So-
You're probably fine.
So when we were watching it, you had made a comment about how, the films back in the day looked different. And we were kind of like throwing out a lot of different terms. Philadelphia being kind of, I said New York, but the grittiness of the dirtiness of a city, and maybe the film and how I mentioned maybe because of the things being pristine, how things are very crisp and clear, and I think between our us and our son, I think we kind of came up with like it was just things being on set, being filmed on location. Not to say that they don't do that now. It's just different.
Well, I think it's the cinematography. I think they are. I think it's very subtle, but I think that the cameras aren't positioned like they used to be. I think they're just not as raw. And there are times where there are some beautiful cinematic pieces, but then they just don't feel like you're there. They feel like you're watching a movie of it, and I don't want a movie to feel like a movie. I want a movie to feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
I don't read a book so I can think about a book. I want to read a
where
book
I am, yeah.
so I can think about being there.
Yeah. So this was filmed on location. So Lewis's house is and I didn't put the actual
Lewis
addresses.
Winthorpe, yeah.
Yes, Lewis Winthorpe, Louis, Delaney Place, which is a very upscale area of Philadelphia.
It'd have to with those statues.
Oh my God, yeah! But those houses are gorgeous. Duke and Duke, you commented about how they put a rug in front of the doorway to hide the emblem on the floor.
I was assuming that's what happened.
It's the Wells Fargo building.
That's why. So that's why they
Yes.
put a rug on top. Okay,
And-
nice.
Now, we all know that, obviously,
called
if
it.
you've seen the movie, that is the COMEX or whatever however they call it, basically the New York Commodities Exchange. But that was the one at the World Trade Center on the trading floor. And so there were a lot of in the beginning of the movie, you see the Liberty Bell, and it really gives you that false sense that the Liberty Bell is just out there in the open. It's not, guys. It's in this little tiny building that you have to stand in line to see the bell. But here's the sneaky trick. If you walk around the building, there's windows on either side. And if you don't want a picture, if you don't care about having a picture of yourself in front of it or a picture at all, you could see it through the windows.
Yeah, you can see this lump of metal.
Yes. So, I mean, why stand in line to see a lump of metal when you can peek through a window?
So if you pay the premium, can you ring it?
No, they don't let you ring it.
That's too
So I've
bad.
never gotten to stand in front of it, but I have peeked through the windows.
I bet if you took a rock in with you.
I don't think they would be thrilled about that.
Probably not.
That's
Is
not
it
their-
worth it though?
But that's not the original Liberty Bell. It's something else. It's the actual Liberty
It's like
Bell.
the mate to it. Like it's used the same casting,
I don't exactly. There's a whole thing like it was
same mold.
the
or
original
whatever.
Liberty Bell was. I think it was destroyed, and this was like the second one, but it did crack. I don't remember exactly the whole story. I used to know it by the heart.
So use the same molding.
Yeah, but it wasn't called the Liberty Bell. It was like the Centennial something or other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that invested in it.
You know me. I like my history, except I don't remember.
Oh, I like history. I'm just not invested in a bell. I mean, I appreciate that the bell existed, and I appreciate the craftsmanship.
I think
but
going to see the bell is like part of the whole Philadelphia history tour because it
I
is
don't know.
kind
Those
of.
stairs seem like they're fun to run up.
You know me. I don't run. It's against my religion. The religion I don't have, but. I think it's like the like so the historical history of it all. You kind of want to, you get hung up on it when you go to Philadelphia. Me, I just like to go to the Franklin Institute. That's my shit right there.
Yeah, no, I understand. So yeah, I think that one of the things about this movie is it just really points out the arbitrariness of wealth.
Oh, definitely.
Of how fleeting it all is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in our system, you can be broke within a day, and anybody can. You know, the richest people in the world, which in this movie, the richest people seem to have a couple of $1 million.
Yeah.
$50,000 seems like a lot to them, whereas now our oligarchs, that $50,000 wouldn't even bring a mention.
No.
They wouldn't even mention it. It's like losing $1 out of their pocket.
You know, you and I would be like, yay, we have money for a minute.
Oh,
'Cause it
yeah,
would be
no,
gone.
we'd be like, ooh, that's a
Because we could pay
year's-
everything off and then it would be gone.
That's right.
We'd be debt free, but we'd be broke again.
True.
Sadness.
But I
mean,
think-
shit, $50,000. That's like a year of my income.
Okay.
It is. I don't make much. I'm an educator. We're not allowed to make a lot of money. It's against I don't remember signing anything, but I'm pretty sure it's in the, Constitution. At least that's what people say. So Eddie Murphy loved being in this film. He said it was so much fun that every film after that he did felt like work.
Okay. I believe that.
What's your favorite Eddie Murphy film?
Oh, God. It's going to sound trite. Beverly Hills Cop. That's my favorite movie of his. And it didn't age well. I know it didn't age well. I'm almost sure of it. But I saw it so many times.
I bet you can guess what mine is.
No. What?
The Golden Child.
It was a good movie.
It's fantastic.
I want the knife. Yeah, it's a good movie. But for me, it's Beverly Hills Cop. It kind of was his quintessential, like, he led that movie. It wasn't a buddy movie. It was like him leading it. And I really loved that. And it hit a whole franchise.
True.
know?
True. I mean, then there's also, Donkey. Because, Shrek.
Sure, but that's him playing a donkey, an animated donkey.
I mean, but see, now, okay, now, excluding movies, well, not excluding movies, but like including all movies again, who's your favorite Eddie Murphy character he's ever played? And don't say the, whatever that was, the, where he was wearing all the fat suits.
I don't think I know I saw it, but it's not. That wasn't my favorite. My favorite character of his is the old Jewish man.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
In Coming to America. That's my favorite character of his.
I forgot all about that. Mine
Try the soup. I don't want to try the soup. Try the soup. I don't want to try the soup. Try the soup. There's no spoon. Aha.
Oh, fuck you.
I mean, I've got these things memorized. I grew up with these in my head.
So I hate to say that, and I don't hate to say it because it is who I am. My favorite Eddie Murphy character is Mushu.
Okay.
From Mulan.
Okay. That's valid. That's a valid character.
Oh my God. I often dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor your whole family.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Play nice with the kids. What if I don't want to play nice with the kids?
And, I just want to say that Kristen Holby, and I took a note here, and it says, she does a great job of looking like a Penelope.
She did. I did like her polka dot white dress. That was pretty.
She's so believable as a person named Penelope.
She really is.
I was actually stunned that her real name wasn't Penelope.
Honestly, when I was reading like the cast list, because I couldn't remember, I knew that there was a previous love interest before Ophelia, and for some reason I thought it was Constance.
Because Constance Fry. Anytime you call.
Yes.
Constance will fulfill your needs.
In winter, spring, and fall. Because she takes summers off. Damn it, bitch, gotta rest. Also, I was thinking about that. That was their college song.
Yeah.
Think about that. They're not in college during the summer.
No.
Damn, Constance.
But they're adults. They're not in college anymore.
No.
They literally have a college song in which they diss her for liking sex.
They diss all the girls. And they're all
true.
like...
And they're very happy about it.
Yeah, but they literally called every one of those girls out for something wrong. Every one of them in that song.
Well,
it was like a whole diss track.
Everyone but Penelope.
Everyone but Penelope. Because Toby liked Penelope.
Right.
And I'm sorry, bitch, you don't have a friend like Toby who tells you like that your fiance is a dirtbag and then sits there and like slides into your DMs when he has his down and out. Okay.
Yeah, but he's doing it in a Harvard voice.
I don't have a Harvard voice. All I have is this one. So you're going to have to deal.
Rather. So,
Ew.
Yeah, so the movie is about a lot of things. There's going to be so many things. It's just a lot. It didn't seem like a lot when we started this. It seemed like it was going to be so easy to go through this. And then I'm like, privilege, but not just privilege, wealth privilege, racial privilege.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, hetero privilege.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of things that are just wound up in this. And then you have Ophelia, who seems to break some of that because while she is white, she is neither wealthy nor is she privileged as a employment.
Oh, yeah.
So her employment is not privileged.
No.
She loses a lot of power in that sense, but she owns every bit of it. And she's whip smart. I love that.
Oh,
I
yes.
love a woman who is smart and forthright, and the guy doesn't know what to do with that because it's not the traditional role.
Mm-hmm. When Dan Aykroyd, Winthrop, when he's presented with Ophelia as a person and not when when he's sobered up and he's not angry. He's angry, but he's not like... It's after the Santa scene. No, it's before the Santa scene, isn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, and he's talking to her, and I think he realizes, first he's in shock because not only did she kind of fuck him over, unintentional, because she got paid to go over and fuck with him while his fiance is standing there, but it was intentional because it was to get the fiance to be pissed at him and to go back to Toby. Toby was right about you. What the fuck is Toby saying about me, bitch?
Toby's just a straight up slut.
Exactly. So, he's used to these sycophantic girls who are basically hangers-on, clingers-on. They're the part of the crowd, but that some of them got passed around a bit because, those guys are dicks. And they were okay with it because as long as they were still part of the group. That's what was going on at their college.
Probably.
But so because they were so, I'm only at college to find a husband, that meeting somebody like Ophelia, he was probably just dumbfounded. He was. He didn't know how to deal with her.
In a lot of ways, but what I really like is he was surprised she was a prostitute.
Yes.
But he didn't look down on her for it.
No.
Nor did he ever allude to, her profession being beneath his, his contempt.
No.
He always treated her with respect. And I have to say, this is one of the few movies, even, in the newer movies and stuff where they try to do this, where a relationship, a romance, evolves very quickly.
This is believable.
It's believable. It does progress very rapidly. It seems like it's very rapid, but it's actually been several months.
Yes.
But it is, because it starts at Thanksgiving and ends at, the New Year's and stuff. But it is very fast sequentially. And they make it seem effortless. Her caring and his, the way he looks at her.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, are they in love? I was like, was Dan Aykroyd in love with Jamie Lee Curtis then?
I mean, who wouldn't be
Sure,
a little bit in
but,
love with her?
they're colleagues and stuff. So I'm just saying they played it so well that I'm sitting there wondering, were they actually in love? Because they were able to pull that off so well.
And again, you see him, not to say that he didn't have humanity, but again, he was living in this very pampered bubble.
Sure.
And so seeing the other side of the world, people who, he was led to believe that anybody who was poor was below him. And now he's meeting this girl who is very poor, busting her ass to keep her head above water, and highly intelligent. And that kind of shatters his image of poor.
Right. That's true.
And it kind of opens up, you can see the cracks in his cold facade, and that he's becoming more human and he's more humanistic. Like he's starting to understand the plight of other people, which is, I think, when he wakes up and he's back at the house after being sick, and and he's like, oh, it was just a dream. But then when he sees everybody, he's like, I'm going to fucking kill him, because he doesn't know what's going on between, with Valentine. But when Valentine tells him that the Dukes set us up, that this was not me, it was not you, it was the old dudes, that he didn't fight it. He was like, those motherfuckers, and now we have to gang up on them.
Well, the thing I like about Winthrop is he is everything you hate about someone's privilege, except he is not corrupted yet. He hasn't been fully corrupted by the system to where he thinks he actually is owed all of these things.
No.
When he falls on his face, and
he's dumbfounded.
He is dumbfounded, but he's not blaming everybody in the world for his thing. He doesn't know why. He thinks one person has screwed him over. He is not blaming Jamie Lee Curtis's character Ophelia.
Nope.
He's not blaming her. He's actually very kind to her.
Yeah.
He actually is very grateful to her for helping him. She didn't have to do anything she did.
No.
But the Dukes are just that. They're the living embodiment of cynicism.
Oh, yes.
And they are everything that's bad about what privilege can lead to. Whereas Winthrop is what, in the end, is what a privileged person who has taken the time to develop nuance. What they understand is that while they still maintain some kind of privilege, it doesn't have to be used against people. It can be used for people.
And it doesn't have to be kept in an insular bubble. And
you should be using your privilege to help others. Your platform, your voice as a privileged person should be used to protect, to defend others, and to help them reach the same privilege you're at. Because if we can all reach the same level of privilege, that means you've wiped privilege out. We just need to get rid of privileges.
It's called equity.
It's something to aim for, even if it's really hard to attain.
No, and so I like to believe. So they didn't have to share that with Coleman, because he was the butler. They didn't have to, but they did. They got him in on the because he's he was as much of a pawn of the Dukes as Valentine and Winthrop. I like to believe that with them being on the island at the end of the movie and being, really, really flippin' rich, that Ophelia and Valentine keep him humble Like, they keep him there because, going back to that rich lifestyle and having that money again could easily slip him right back into...
Well, except for the fact that Winthorpe never had the view that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Once you know about something, it's that thing that, I learned like in Firefly. Once you learn the truth of something, it's incredibly difficult to go back to that ignorance.
True.
So once you have seen the other side of privilege, which is the non-privileged status, it's very hard to just switch back over to privilege because you know it exists now. You know what's there.
Yeah.
And while he didn't really suffer that long, he did suffer.
He did suffer.
And he lost everything. He lost everything he knew in his life.
Oh, his status, his money, his home,
what he had been
fiance. Yeah, everything that he had been. Basically, they set up the dominoes and then they knocked them all down.
For $1.
For $1.
Sure.
I'd buy that for $1.
And now we're going to RoboCop. So, yeah, I think that, this is... It's a found family film again. We got another found family. Because I think they do. I think they really form like this really incredible partnership amongst all of them. And while you get the sense that there is a romantic couple of Ophelia and Winthorpe, or Louis, because that's how you're going to know him now.
Yeah.
It's still their family. They're more about friendship. They are a group of friends.
Yeah. And they weirdly have fun fucking over the Dukes. Because you can tell it's fun.
Well, they're not taking it so seriously that they're like, we have to do this or we're not going to get this. It's not a bank heist.
No.
It is them getting back at these dicks for being dicks, and they're having fun doing it.
So, what's so
Especially
funny...
because of Beaks, who gets gorilla molested.
He does. So before the gorilla molestation, he's in a car, a club car on this train. And he's going from Philadelphia to New York to drop off these papers that he has that they're going to give the Dukes insider information. Funny note that the Wall Street Transparency and Accountability Act has a clause in it that it basically outlaws that insider trading, that if you have insider information and you use it to your, which I mean,
you have to get caught.
But yeah, exactly. Because honestly, you can learn stuff. It's not your fault you learn
there are
stuff.
very specific rules about insider trading.
What they did was wrong because they got this report. They were trying to get this report days and days and days before it was released. So, but
they're actually very lucky they didn't not only get all their stuff taken away, but thrown in jail for the rest of their lives.
Well, since so this rule, this part of this rule is called the Eddie Murphy rule.
Oh, is it?
It's actually called the Eddie Murphy rule.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, they're in this club car and Beaks is there, and at first, Eddie Murphy comes in and he's doing the African prince of sorts. He's basically a really bad characterization of the character he plays in Coming to America. And so, it's over the top, but it's what it is. And it's believable.
I love that film. I love
I know.
to America.
I do too. It is believable.
Sure.
So then Coleman comes in doing an Irish priest. Very over the top, also kind of upsettingly he's got moments, the whiskey reference.
Sure.
He's doing all of the cliches, guys.
Absolutely.
It's not good. And then Jamie Lee Curtis comes in, doing a Swedish accent with blonde braided wig, which is obviously a wig, and lederhosen, and has arguments because they keep saying that she's German, but she's not. I'm Swedish. Because I think that's the accent she knew.
Right.
And so it's progressively getting worse. And then Dan Aykroyd comes in blackface.
Yeah, that
doing
was
the
Rasta.
Rasta. Now I know it wasn't intentional because it wasn't intended to have them get kind of outed. I think that they were purposely trying to get outed by Beaks at that point.
No, I don't think they were trying to get outed. No.
You don't think so? I mean, then why did he bother coming in at all?
Because they had to trade the briefcases. Now,
but I thought they had already done that.
Well, they traded the briefcases. Then he gave the briefcase to Winthorpe in the bathroom.
Yeah, so why come back
He
in?
made the change out in the documents
Oh.
and then brought the
Yeah,
briefcase
yeah. How did I miss
back
that?
out.
I don't know why I missed that. I just always thought that once they switched the briefcases,
They had to switch it back.
they had to switch it back. Okay.
Yeah, that was just a placeholder so he wouldn't notice it was gone.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense then. But still, it was bad.
It's a movie. It probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's fine.
You know, again, the blackface. Why? Of all the characters you could have pulled out of your asshole. And I get it. They were going from really strong to very, very, like, we were digging the dregs of society trying to figure out what can we do with Dan Aykroyd. I mean, with Winthorpe, you know, because he was...
They wanted him to play the opposite of
But
what, I guess.
the blackface was
That was a bit,
so
that was,
much.
it was startling. I mean, back in the day, it wasn't. Because
No.
we had, what was that movie, Soul Man?
Oh my God, I forgot about Soul Man.
It's
Was that...
so incredibly,
Oh
just,
my God.
although they did address it at the end of the movie, I think, and I don't think they did it well.
They did not. It needed more addressing if you're going to do something like that. But again, different time, not as
Different
aware.
time doesn't mean anything
Doesn't make
to
it
the people
right.
who have to watch it.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right. I'm just saying that they didn't think about all of the nuances of the problematicness of what they're doing.
Yeah, because they
Because there's a bunch of white people pretending to be
they
black
didn't
people.
ask a black person at all.
No, I'm pretty sure they did not.
And I don't know. I couldn't possibly say what Eddie Murphy thought about that. I'm sure he has an interview or something where he's like, "Oh, it's fine because it was funny or whatever," or maybe he hated it. I don't know.
But the fucking when they do their song,
Oh yeah.
it's even worse because you know they're just making up nonsense words. It's almost like when they sing the Hawaiian Christmas song, and you know that they're not using real.
Yeah.
Those are not real Hawaiian words. They don't exist, people, and it's just words to sound Hawaiian.
Problematic moments in a decent movie.
Yes. So, how does it make you feel now?
Given everything that I know that was bad. I said bad like a really southern person.
Bad.
Bad. Is it bad? I think I still really like it.
I know.
It's just it's very jarring to hit those points. Okay, this is what it's like. It is like getting into a luxury car that you've never gotten to drive in before, and you get in it and you start driving and you hit every fucking pothole in a pothole-ridden road. Mm-hmm. That is what this movie is like. I like the movie. There are a lot of potholes in it where you're just jarred by the age of the things that were allowed to happen then that definitely would not be allowed to happen now.
Okay, I have a
The
question.
N-word and stuff like that.
So I have a question for you. Okay, the scene when Eddie Murphy brings all the people back to the mansion for the party.
Sure.
And he's getting upset about them messing up the floor, and he's just getting very put out by everybody. And how'd that make you feel in that moment? Because honestly, to me, it was, we took this black man and we gave him privilege, and now all of a sudden he is a respectable human being and he's not gonna trifle with any of that ignorant Negro stuff. I mean, that's what it seemed like. Like they were having a party, everybody was of color in some way, shape, or form at that party, and they were acting like fools, and now all of a sudden, you know, because he's got the suit on and he's got the rich house, he's going to be the upstanding. It just, that was the feeling I got. Maybe I'm
not
wrong.
Sure. Well, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not sure I got the same thing out of that. And that's okay because it's art. It's interpretive. What I saw in that was not him like learning to care about things. It's just, this is a new place. For him, he just got it.
I don't mean about the things or the place. It was his, all of a sudden he's not talking like he had been talking when he was on the street. His vernacular, he's not.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That
there's
also
a whole different persona.
Is very much like when an autistic person masks. Mm-hmm. When we mask, it's to fit in better with the people who are not us. Mm-hmm. And we know who is not us.
Yes.
Because we can sense it. We're very observant, and a lot of times we're hyper observant, and we know most times when to mask, or a lot of us do. Not everyone does. And not everyone chooses to mask at all. But if you know how to mask, you do it because you want to fit into that society.
Yes.
You want to fit in. You don't want to stand out because it's dangerous to stand out. It's the same thing for him.
Yes.
I believe he was adopting what is expected for him to adopt, because then he would not stand out. He would be taken seriously, because if you try to be yourself around anyone, people tend not to take you seriously. That's why women, cis women in particular, tend to engage in those things like vocal fry, which people go off on all the time, but it's what everyone does it.
Yeah.
Just when cis women do it, some people have a problem with vocal fry because they're like, you're just trying to... No, everyone does it. You just notice it on cis women because you don't like it.
I'm going to talk like that all the time now.
You already do, and that's fine.
I do. I can't help it. It's my voice.
That's part of how you talk. It is part of how you react to things. It is a normal part of everyone's life. Vocal fry has always existed.
And so I totally get what you're saying though about the masking. But 1983, I don't think they were thinking that. And I'm thinking...
Oh, no, I don't think they were thinking that. I think they just knew, because you know intuitively.
But it's like all of a sudden he's looking down on those people. Like when he was at the bar, they were all his buddies and he was showing off for them. Right. But then when he got them into that environment, it was like, I'm not one of them anymore. You know, I could be totally wrong, but that was just the way I seen. Like they just jumped that shark.
Okay, so no, what I think on that for me, now I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying for me, that part of it, that emotional part of that, seemed to me like he wasn't saying I'm not like them anymore. That's him realizing he never really had the friends he thought he had.
Yeah.
Because he had been so busy playing the game and bullshitting people, because that's what he did.
Yeah.
He was a jive turkey too close to Thanksgiving.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. He was so involved in doing that all the time that he never just got to be him. So I don't think he really knew who he was. He was always part of whatever society expected of him. That's part of being a con man or being a grifter in some way. He gets to decide for himself at some point that he's just him. And that is when he stops doing the first thing he did and the second thing he did, and he became the third thing, which is when he and Winthorpe teamed up. He's just being himself.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of both, because we are not all one thing. We are not a monolith. We are a mini layered... We are an onion. We're the onions of the world. We have layers, and they don't always coincide, and they're not always straight, and they're not always this really even coating of layers. Sometimes we have spots. And we are imperfect and we are flawed. And that is what's beautiful about humanity. And I think that showed it pretty well, actually.
Yeah. I guess it's just always been an uncomfortable spot. And especially this last time watching it, I was kind of like, it just seemed they were whitewashing him. And again, that's my version.
Some of that was, I believe, whitewashing. But I think in the end... he developed his own.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'm not saying that in the end. I'm just saying like that scene, for some reason, it's...
I just saw that as him realizing those weren't his friends, and that really the friends he found along the way, like in Winthorpe and Ophelia and Coleman, that those were friends.
I think
that cared about you and cared about your things and cared about stuff.
I'd never seen that scene before, because again, always watched it on regular television. So...
there was multiple boobs in that scene.
There's so many boobs in that scene.
And the dancer, the woman who did the dance with the little striptease thing, she was always like, every time I saw that scene, the first time I saw it and this time, I was like, that is mesmerizing. Not because because of the boobs, it was her movements. I was like, she's very good at doing that thing. I don't know how many times she practiced it, but she did a great job.
And see, and again, that was all new to me. And maybe that's why that scene struck me that way, because I'd never seen that scene, this...
I think we interpret the things that we interpret because it's art, and it is subjective,
True. True. I mean, for me right now, I still have that social justice was served, you know, the rich, especially because the current environment. I love anything when the rich people go like shit down into their face.
No, I mean, it's absolutely, there is a justice to be had, and the oligarchs or the super rich people who meddle in the lives of those beneath them, or they feel is beneath them, they get their comeuppance, and that's great.
And this is one of those rare movies that you actually get to find out what happens to the bad guys
Later on,
because in Coming to America, once again, another one of my clues for this movie, you see Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy reprising their roles as Mortimer and Randolph Duke, but as homeless men begging for $1.
Yeah.
And I think they bet each other. Like, I think they do the dollar thing again.
Probably.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen
Yeah.
that. But yeah, so they're reprising their role as those characters, but as homeless versions of them. And I believe that was the last thing Ralph Bellamy did. I could be wrong, but that might have been the last thing he did before he passed away.
May have. I like in the when they bring Valentine into the office for the first time and they sit him down with the commodities in front of him. It's one of the funniest scenes. You don't expect it at all because in the 80s, this definitely wasn't a thing that happened very often, is breaking the fourth wall. And
the bacon thing.
It's just for a moment. And they sit him down and they're trying to explain to Valentine how commodity trading, what they do as commodity traders. And they have a cup of coffee. They have a small loaf of bread and stuff like that. And they have the bacon, which is the pork bellies. And they have gold and stuff like that. And they're explaining these things. And when they go, this is coffee and this is wheat, but it can be made into bread. And then they do and this is pork bellies, which is made into bacon, such as what would be in a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. And then Eddie Murphy, as Eddie Murphy, not as Valentine, looks dead at the camera.
Like, the fuck?
and
the fuck these white boys?
All I can think is, I don't think that was in the script.
But,
and if it was brilliant. But it just seemed like that was an add-on, that he just looked dead at the camera like, seriously? It's such a great... It had no words to it. It was just him reacting.
Yep, and John Landis was probably like, okay, we got to keep that in there.
With a single, quick look. But it was a deadpan look.
Yeah. I know that Eddie Murphy likes to improvise, like a lot of our comedic actors do. But he was so nervous on the trade floor. He had no clue what was going on. I would have been too. He's like, he kept so strict to the script because he had no clue. He couldn't even improvise because he's like, I don't know what's going on. Well, and I didn't really, because it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and what you were experiencing there is something I have seen in the past, not live, but I've seen active trading on the floor.
Oh, I've seen it too. It's just so overwhelming.
And I'm talking about like in the old days.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And so it is a lot of yelling. It's a lot more hand signal. So this was a lot more yelling, but I think they were just frenzied at that moment.
Oh my God, they were.
But there's a lot of like individuals who will basically be circled by people.
Yes.
And they'll all be doing hand signals for buying, selling, stuff like that. And this was a very intense version of that. And I think even like Wolf of Wall Street, you weren't going to get quite such a scene. No. It was very raw. It felt very real in a lot of ways.
And for people who like to go and visit locations on movies, obviously you cannot go and visit that location.
No, it is no longer.
No. So, what about the Castellini?
Oh boy. You know, I was kind of wondering when we were going to get to that, and I'm worried.
I'm not.
I want it to pass, but then again, should it pass? So let's find out.
I mean, it's going to pass, but it probably shouldn't pass.
I mean, we don't know. There have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
Penelope and Ophelia.
Well, that really has like a... It just seems like it should be a sonnet of some kind.
I know, because those are very Shakespearean names.
Yeah. Okay. I will give you that because I have to, because it's real.
Yep. And they do not talk about relationships. Even with Penelope, she's not talking about relationships with him.
Calm down. We haven't got there yet. This is just two named women.
Okay.
With 5 lines of dialogue each.
I was just getting to the next one.
Okay, well, let me get to it. Those characters must have a conversation not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship.
Yes. So Ophelia spends most of the time talking about everything but relationships because she's talking about how, where's the money you owe me, and then how am I going to survive? Also, what are we going to do to get back at the guys? Because now
they're not directly talking about relationships at all.
Even with Penelope, they're not directly talking about relationships. They're talking about his job. They're talking about going to visit her parents. They're talking...
But in a much colder way. Ophelia's doing it with the warmth.
Yes.
Whereas Penelope's doing it with a frigidity.
Hers is out of what's that word? Not loyalty, obligation.
That kind of, this is what I'm supposed to do in life, so that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that is, oh God, this is going to win. At least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it couldn't reach the same ending.
Ophelia.
Without Ophelia, I don't think he would have made it. He would have died.
Well, I mean,
I think Winthorpe would have killed himself.
Oh, he probably would have.
Or died on the street, really.
Yeah,
honestly,
in the Santa suit with a smoked salmon in his beard.
He definitely would have died from those pills, but he
Yes.
didn't have a place to stay. She gave him a place to stay. He could have been well homeless. You get no sense that Winthorpe had family of any kind outside of Penelope.
Or any sense of survival skills outside of...
Well, he didn't have his parents to go to. He didn't have anybody. So you get the sense that he would have been on the street.
Yeah.
And given his lack of street smarts, would certainly have died.
Shit, yes.
So, yeah, it's going to oddly...
And the cast is actually diverse.
It is somewhat inclusive, yes.
Now, is it inclusive and fairly spread amongst? There's no equity. There is no equity.
No, you can forget that.
There is a diverse cast because there are multiple shades of brown people.
Yeah, we should say that the Castellini test ended at 3.
Yes, we always add the diversity.
4 is, for our own edition, is it inclusive and how?
Yes. It is non-inclusive when it comes to people of disability. But LGBTQ because it is very homophobic in certain points. But it is inclusive in the sense of diversity of color, of race.
Sure. How does it rate when put against Tremors?
I want to give it a... While it bangs up its points with the diversity, it loses it in other aspects. I'm going to give it a 5-6.
I'll go with 5 with you.
Okay.
So between 1 and 10, it's a 5.
Yeah. Because it earned some brownie points by having people of color in it, and more so than most movies we've watched so far.
So midway to Tremors, but not really to Tremors. It's not a bad movie.
No.
Trading Spaces is one of those iconic films because it is a buddy film.
It is.
But it's a buddy film between 4 people, which you come to find out a little bit later. It's billed between 2.
Yes.
Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy. But you really have 4 main characters who really are part of the group.
Yes.
You know?
So, if you would like to watch this movie, you can find it on Tubi, Pluto TV, Peacock, AMC Plus, Paramount Plus, Philo, YouTube, Sling TV, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, Google Play, Apple TV, and Fandango at home, either through subscription, free, or renting it for $3.99.
That's great. So thank you for joining us for Trading Spaces.
No,
Trading Spaces.
that was a TV show.
I did it. So thank you for joining us for Trading Places 1983. This has been Cozy Quilt Cinema with Beth and Michelle. We loved having you in our blanket fort. It is the holiday season, so we hope this episode made your day a little warmer. If you're looking for a zero-cost holiday gift to get us this year, we would love it if you would hit the follow button, subscribe, whatever it is you have to do. Leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast or Spotify. It takes 10 seconds, and it could help other people find their way to our cozy little corner on the internet. You can grab your hot cocoa, hit those stars, and we will see you next week.
So, until next week, here are the clues to hold you over. This is our first sequel, folks. So that's a new one for us, our first sequel. This movie, unfortunately, was highly influenced by its animated series partner. Dun dun dun. So the script that the actors signed up to perform was not the script they were given when they got there. So they kind of had the whole switcheroo done to them, and they were highly annoyed. And one actor created not only an origin and an accent for their character, but also a history for his home, the home country he came from. Created a whole history for it. Because the character that they had given him to do, he said, no, I'm going to play this other one with an accent and a personality that you did not give me, because
It completely worked.
it really does. Because honestly,
It owns the movie.
let's put it this way. It wasn't until many years later that I knew that this character did not have an accent. That this actor did not actually.
Completely own that movie.
Yes. So,
Own that role, anyway.
until we meet again, my friends. I don't have anything to
I don't know what they do in trading places. Sell!
So
pork
bye,
belly.
bye,
Sell.
bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Or sell.
Or so.
Whichever way you want.
Zedekiah, my friend, 'neath the elms we sing our tones, we're brothers to the end. Muffy in the bathroom stall, Margaret by the lake, Susan down in Witchley Hall, Constance on the make. Constance Fry, anytime you'd call, Constance would fulfill your needs, winter, spring, or fall.
And she stepped on the ball.